Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Chemistry is Fun. Today I'll be dealing with the topic crystal lattice and unit cells. This will be like a revision for your NEET examination 2024. Now, first of all, let us see what is a crystal lattice. Actually, a crystal lattice is the regular three-dimensional arrangement of identical points in space that represents how the atoms, ions and molecules of a crystal are structured. Now see, as we study in chemistry, we all know that if we talk about a particle usually means either it is an atom or it can be a molecule or it will be ion. So either of these three. So we can say that crystal lattice is a regular arrangement of the constituent atoms or ions or molecules in three-dimensional space. This is a very simple definition for crystal lattice. So in a three-dimensional space, if we talk about the arrangement of the constituent atoms or ions or molecules, then it constitutes the crystal lattice. So in all, there are 14 possible three-dimensional lattices which we call as breve lattices. Now see, if we represent a lattice, it will be like this. I have shown in the diagram. It is three-dimensional, so I have used these three axes: x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. This is x, y and z-axis. So we can see these are the points which I have highlighted with the dots. So first of all, if we want to draw this, we can draw the axis first, starting from this point. I'll show you with a different color. Now see, you start from here. From this point we can draw the three axes. Then we draw one cube. First we draw this cube from here to here. First we draw this cube. After that, using another square, you draw the cube. Then you take the midpoints of all the edges and join the opposite edges. Midpoints of the opposite edges, you get this three-dimensional structure. So this is a crystal lattice. Now out of this there will be one unit cell that I'll show you subsequently. Now if you see the characteristics of a crystal lattice, we find that each point in the crystal lattice represents the constituent particle. Now in this you see I have represented with dots. So here these are the ends, it is darkened with the red dots. So every point in the crystal lattice will represent a constituent particle. And each point in the lattice is called the lattice point. Every such point where there will be a constituent particle, we can call that lattice point. And these points are joined by straight lines so that we can get the geometry of the lattice. We will get the geometry of the lattice in that way. So lattice points are joined by straight lines to bring out the geometry of the lattice. Now we can say unit cell. You see, this is what I have drawn here. So unit cell is the smallest portion of a crystal lattice, and this, when repeated in three dimensions, we get the entire crystal lattice. So we can say that it is a part of the total crystal lattice, or it is the smallest portion of a total crystal lattice. And this one, when we repeat it in all the three dimensions, that is along x, y and z axis, we get the entire crystal lattice. Now it can be of two types. One is primitive, another is centered unit cell. So this we are talking about unit cell. So what is a unit cell? It is the smallest portion of a crystal lattice, which when repeated in three dimensions, we get the entire crystal lattice, whose diagram I have shown you earlier. And this unit cell can be either primitive or it can be a centered unit cell. In case of primitive unit cell, the constituent particles will be at the corners. See, like this, in the corners there will be the particles. This is one, then it is known as primitive. If it is centered unit cell, then the particles will be at any other point other than the corners, means at corners it will be there, so I have used this one plus. At corners it will be there definitely, but particles will be there at other parts other than corners also, then it is centered unit cell. Now how do we characterize a unit cell? What are the characteristics? The dimensions will be along the three edges. The dimensions along the three edges we represent as A, B, C. I have written here, this is A, here B and C. These are the three axes you can see. From here, one axis on the top which is C, and also A is along the third axis. So these edges may or may not be mutually perpendicular. There is a chance that they are perpendicular, they may not be also. And there are angles between the edges which are represented by alpha, beta and gamma. You can see here alpha, this is beta, and this one, this third one, this is gamma. So alpha, beta, gamma, these are the angles between the edges. So with this I have described about the unit cell and its characteristics, which I have shown here along with this diagram, and also the two types broad classification I have just given today, primitive and centered unit cell, and also before that I have told about the lattice, crystal lattice. So I hope students you all could understand whatever I have taught today, and thanks for watching my video. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and share the channel. In my subsequent video, I will be continuing with this topic. I will also bring the numericals which earlier came in exam. So that will help you to attempt the numericals and score very well. All the best for your examination. Please watch the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you all.